Lily sat in the passenger seat of Sarah's car, feeling nervous and out of place. She was still trying to act like Alex, but it was getting harder by the minute. Sarah seemed to be catching on that something was off, and Lily could feel her staring at her. "So, Alex, what do you want to do today?" Sarah asked, breaking the silence. Lily froze. She hadn't thought that far ahead. She didn't know what Alex liked to do. "I don't know," she said, trying to sound casual. "What do you usually do?" "Well, we could go to the mall, or we could see a movie," Sarah suggested. Lily nodded, relieved to have some options. They decided to go to the mall, and as they walked around, Lily tried to act like she was interested in the same things Alex was. But every time Sarah would ask her a question, she would freeze up, not knowing what to say. After a while, they decided to get something to eat, and Sarah suggested a sushi place. "I don't really like sushi," Lily said, forgetting that Alex loved it. Sarah raised an eyebrow. "Really? You've always loved sushi." Lily panicked. She didn't want to blow her cover, but she didn't know how to eat sushi. "I must be coming down with something," she said, hoping it would be a good enough excuse. Sarah looked at her skeptically but didn't say anything else. After they finished eating, they walked around the mall some more before heading back to Sarah's car. Lily was relieved to be back in the car. She was exhausted from trying to act like Alex all day. But as they drove, she realized that she was actually starting to enjoy herself. It was kind of fun to be someone else for a day. When they got back to Alex's house, Sarah said goodbye and left. Lily went back to Alex's room and sat down on his bed, feeling overwhelmed. She didn't know how much longer she could keep up this charade. She missed her own body and her own life. Just then, her phone rang. It was Mia. "Hey, how was your day with Sarah?" Mia asked. "It was okay," Lily said. "But I don't think I can keep this up much longer. It's too hard to act like Alex all the time." Mia was sympathetic. "I know it's tough, but you can do it. Just remember that it's only temporary." Lily nodded, feeling grateful for Mia's support. She hung up the phone and lay down on the bed, feeling exhausted. She closed her eyes and tried to imagine herself back in her own body. She missed it so much. Suddenly, she felt a strange sensation, like she was being pulled in different directions. She opened her eyes and gasped. She was back in her own body. She sat up, feeling disoriented. She looked around, trying to make sure it wasn't a dream. But everything was just as she remembered it. She was back in her own room, in her own body. She got up and looked in the mirror, feeling relieved to see her own face staring back at her. She smiled, feeling grateful for her own life and her own body. But as she looked in the mirror, she realized something else. She had learned something from her experience in Alex's body. She had learned that everyone had their own secrets and their own struggles. She had never taken the time to get to know Alex, but she had discovered a whole other side to him that she had never known. She made a vow to herself to be more open-minded and to take the time to get to know people better. She knew that she had a lot to learn about empathy and understanding, but she was willing to try. The next day, Lily went to school feeling like a new person. She was more confident and outgoing, and she even struck up a conversation with a girl she had never talked to before. As the day went on, Lily found herself looking at people differently. She saw them as individuals with their own unique experiences and struggles. She felt more connected to the world around her, and it was a wonderful feeling. At lunchtime, Lily saw Alex sitting alone at a table, looking sad. She remembered how he had felt when he was in her body, and she realized that she needed to make amends. She walked over to his table and sat down next to him. "Hey, Alex," she said. He looked up, surprised to see her. "Hey, Lily," he said. "I just wanted to say sorry for how I acted when I was in your body," she said. "I didn't realize how hard it was for you." Alex looked at her, his expression softening. "It's okay," he said. "I know it was tough for you too." They sat in silence for a moment, and then Lily spoke up. "Do you want to hang out after school?" she asked. "We could do something fun." Alex smiled, looking grateful. "Sure," he said. "That sounds great." Lily felt a warm feeling in her chest. She had learned so much from her experience in Alex's body, and she was grateful for the opportunity to make things right. As the day went on, Lily felt a sense of fulfillment that she had never felt before. She had learned that empathy and understanding were the keys to connection and happiness. She knew that she still had a lot to learn, but she was excited to continue on this journey of self-discovery and personal growth. And as she walked out of school with Alex by her side, she knew that she was exactly where she was meant to be. As this episode comes to a close, tune in for the next episode to find out what happens. Subscribe to be notified when a new episode drops.